When I made my long 3.5 hour documentary, King Von Rap's First Serial Killer, I ruffled a few feathers, right? A lot of people were very upset. They didn't like me putting the serial killer jacket on King Von, but I felt like he met the FBI's definition of a serial killer. But this video isn't going to be about those 7 alleged, sort of nearly proven bodies that I think was a pattern of behavior that ultimately could have indicated my man might have been a serial killer. But today, I'm going to talk to you about something different because it turns out, allegedly, according to some Chiracologists, some, not all, but some, there is actually some hidden bodies, okay? Now, I'm not going to lie, someone recently told me a whole theory about King Von having a completely separate body that he'd rumored to have, but I didn't think he actually had. I've heard all sorts of stories of different people Von might have hit. There was the guy Tarek in Atlanta who, the guy's brother, he swore that Von didn't do it, but I've heard other rumors that maybe Von really did actually go and catch a body in Atlanta after becoming a famous rapper. There was rumors of him being the one to take out Chief Keef's manager, Blood Money. A lot of people don't want to believe that. I've heard a lot of arguments for, I've heard a lot of arguments against. But recently, as of a couple of days ago, okay, there's been another post going around the Chiracology subreddit that actually claims that King Von allegedly killed a female 2 months after he got out of jail in February 2018. And this sparked a lot of debate on Chiracology, and I just want to get into it. Okay? I'm very tired, all right? I'm technically on vacation right now, okay? But I'm coming at you from the past, from the future, all of that good stuff to deliver you some crazy content, okay? So look, this is going around. King Von allegedly killed a female 2 months after coming home in 2018. Now, it says here that confidential witness was shown a picture of, but this is investigating King Von, Davon King Von Bennett there, okay? And it's saying that they seemingly identified the person known as Mingman, all right? Apparently, he was shown a picture of this person, and he said he'd seen him in numerous videos with Bennett and somebody else, okay? Apparently, somebody was shown a picture of and stated that he knows was involved in a January the 3rd, 2019 homicide of Jaro boy Motor, all right? Motor from Jaro City. This is a legendary Chirac figure who lost his life. And Marcus Clark, who I believe is Side. And it said that those were members of a black gangster disciple street gang. And somebody stated that somebody orders people to be shot while Bennett and somebody else do the shootings for, stated that he or she heard that Bennett shot and killed a female on February the 1st, 2018. And stated that the family member to the victim stated that Bennett, King Von, was responsible for the homicide. Was shown a picture of identified as a person or that he or she knows as Now, this has been massively upvoted, okay? This was a very viral post in Chiracology 1 day ago. Okay, and there was a lot of debate in the comments. I just want to go through the comments and just let you know what people are saying. Now, for the record, okay, a lot of people are saying this is cap. I'm not sure. I don't know anything about this incident. Now, when it comes to Jaro City Motor and Side, there's been a lot of debate about who actually killed him, okay? Motor and Side were both killed on this day 5 years ago, allegedly by Gino, aka Trouble from THF46, and Lil Red from Blackgate. Both of these people are deceased. Now, that's one theory, but there's a lot of other theories in the comments. People saying, actually, it was Mimo. It was Mimo 600. Nobody wants to believe it. Damn, it's merch that Mimo caught that body. I can't believe it. The way he came at S-Dot on them lives, you can tell he was feeling himself. People saying Mimo and Blackgate Famous caught the body. J30, Shaq 3, Aero, and Benzo were there. People saying, how do you know? Because I stay with my cousins on 55th in Indiana. And people talk. I remember the first day I seen Motor pop up on social media. I knew they was going to kill him, and that was years ago. It's effed up that after all this time, they killed him in New Year 2019. People saying, one thing I can say about Mimo is he reminds me of D Rose in the sense that when he was out, he messed with all BD sets and whoever they were clicked with. He did drills with all of these sets for them too. That's why he's so respected. He was sliding for every one of their allies and his own gang. Mimo is always with THF, Lowlife, O-Block, and all of them. People saying it was 46600. A lot of people say it was Mimo 600. Low-key might have been him. I always see him trying to prove himself. I don't condone this. I met Mimo 600. Sat on Mimo 600. We ain't trying to put this body on him, but that's what they be saying on Reddit, man. But these guys are saying, no, it wasn't him. It was some other folks and phone them, okay? But anyway, back to King Von, okay? Back to this alleged body. Some people are saying King Von had something to do with it in addition to an unknown female. Now, let's see what the comments are saying on this, okay? They're saying, dude was crazy, man. I know when he was locked up, his ass was probably having withdrawals from catching bodies. This guy says, I watched a prison documentary a while back, and a killer literally said he was having withdrawals and he wanted to kill again. And I know his ass ain't never getting out, after admitting that. Literally, in the Lil Deuce video from a couple days ago, dude said, forget who, is weird. All he talks about is murder. He's always on some murder stuff. Some of these dudes would straight up be serial killers if they thought they could get away with it. They're really about the work. Everything else is a bonus. People saying there's no would-be about it. They are serial killers by definition. We're not going to have this argument again, are we? People always argue with this, man. People will say, King Von's not a serial killer. He was just a gang member. He was just a gang assassin. He was just a good hitter. If it wasn't for those tweets, I might agree with you. But it's the bloodlust that King Von allegedly had, talking about me and T-Roy, man, we murder for fun. I'm itching to murder, man. He's sick to catch a murder. People saying you're right, and I've actually said in this sub before, but I meant the common definition, not the legal definition. Technically, any shooter with 3 bodies or more is a serial killer. People say, nah, there's certain requirements, like a certain amount of time, and you have to do it for some sort of gratification. But yeah, most of them are. I'm not going to lie, a lot of these guys are doing it for gratification. King Von wanted everyone to know he was a serial killer. King Von damn near like the Zodiac killer, right? He was leaving clues in all them songs. Legal definition is anyone who commits 3 or more murders with a rest period in between. 3 drive-bys could legally make you a serial killer if you take a couple of months off in between. I agree with that. I mean, look, just because guys are in a gang and they're gang doesn't mean you're not a serial killer. Like, you're serialized murders. You're committing a series of murders. If Ted Bundy had a driver driving him around and he was hopping out the ride, drilling people and throwing the body in the trunk and burying him in the woods, ain't no different. Ain't no different, all right? Planning, resting between, obsessed with the thought of it, literal serial killers. Y'all just can't get it in your head that you don't have to be white to be a serial murderer, all right? People saying, I don't know what thrill they get out of this stuff. They need to do a real breakdown on this, okay? I kind of did that, but anyway. I think it's the rush they get from killing, to be honest. C-Day had a famous tweet where he said, killing feels better than sex. And E-Dog from O-Block tweeted that too, man. Why killing the dude feel like sex? That's what they were saying, okay? And that is some demonic serial killer stuff. I ain't going to hear it. I ain't hearing it, all right? Serial killers. There are serial killers who started killing because it was the only way their D could get hard. There's some old British king whose armor had built-in hard-on because the war gave the dude a boner. That's crazy. I need to look into that story. That's wild. I don't think people realize how much some people love watching other people die. Nah, this is actually true. I always wondered why some people are, kill, etc. It simply comes down to that is what gets them off. It's like their kink. For example, some R-words don't R-word because they're down bad. It's because the act of seeing a person in terror and forcibly R-ing them gets them aroused and gets them off. Good example is Albert Fish. This is the dude who made it click in my head why they do what they do. He said how when he was strangling somebody who didn't deserve that, the first time he achieved an O while doing it. It sounds sick, but that's basically their psychology in a nutshell. These guys really be treating murder like sex, man. They're treating murder like orgasms. Maybe that's why they call it O-Block. Because they're just O'd off, right? Sadists, R-words, PDF files, torturers, serial murderers. A lot of them do that because it gets them off. Another one is Andre Chikatilo. Dude had it bad. His mum belittled him for bedwetting. It's rumored he saw his mother R-worded by soldiers in World War II. Then around 17, he jumped on top of an O'd while she was struggling. He dated a girl around the same time that he liked but couldn't get and stay hard during S, and she left him. He ended up being an infamous serial killer who SA'd his victims. See the pattern? Their way of getting off was the stuff they did. Point is, there are people who literally get hard or literally achieve O's and get euphoric pleasure off of evil stuff. Once you understand that, you realize why some people don't belong in society. There is no reform. It's the equivalent of someone telling a normal dude, okay, you can't fantasize about pee no more. There's always going to be sick, twisted, and dangerous, and it's their thrill. All right? Yeah, that's actually crazy, bro. That's actually crazy. All right. Saying, why don't these weak ass dudes catch a body inside the jail if they're really fiending for blood? Might as well save us tax dollars if they have to kill. Because it's not just the thrill of killing they like, it's also the thrill of doing a hit on the streets, looking for an op, shooting, getting away, all of it. It's like an adrenaline rush for them. Just imagine how many shooting these guys with multiple bodies have done that didn't result in murders or getting seriously hurt, so nobody hears about it outside of their own circle, right? When you think of it as an addiction, it makes sense. Many drug addicts will mention how they aren't just addicted to the drug itself, but the ritual of getting high. Like IV opioid users mention the act of scoring, mixing up, drawing their shot, and then shooting up that they enjoy. Not just getting high, but the acts and the processes that lead to the using. So like the other person who replied stated, they like finding their op, driving through their hood, scouting them out, waiting on them, walking them down. Also, a lot of these guys who aren't in jail for life are trying to get out, and catching a body in jail is one way to ensure that you don't get out. Contrary to what people might think, serial killers do possess some sort of control, hence the waiting period between kills to let things cool down and find the next victim or travel to a different location. Think of it like S. Most people don't just like nutting. Even though it's an end goal, there's a lot more before that we find enjoyable. This guy might be a serial killer because he knows exactly how these guys are thinking, man. That's actually crazy. People saying Von's music hit different now, bruh. He was really dropping people left and right. A female? What the hell wrong with you dudes? Why are you surprised like females don't gangbang too? I mean, we got the KI body, so we don't even need this one to prove that he was getting girls, man. This beer probably a girl that was supposed to be with T-Roy the day he died. They said he was with a girl and went to the store. His ops followed him there. Yeah, that's not a good look, all right? Wait. I need to get back. That was a long thread. Okay, so this is people basically explaining that it's fake, all right? People saying, look, they're not going to put Jaro Boy Motor and then use Side's real name, Marcus Clark. Lol, this is clearly fake, all right? People saying, look, this paperwork already been proven false. So, look, I'm going to keep it real. I don't think this is true. I feel like I got them bodies. I found them, but I found the real bodies. Maybe there's a cheeky other one hiding there. Maybe one was mixed in with another one that we don't know about. But people saying this is old and proven fake. Yeah, I thought this had been debunked. People saying, wake up, babe. New King Von body just dropped. But this is so old. Not TBKI. This was posted 2 years ago and it's already proven false. So I'm not condoning this as real, but it's pretty interesting to even hear the discourse going on around this alleged new body. All right. Whether or not this is true, this is about to be on all the Chicago blogs by today and tomorrow. Yep. Just put it in bold letters and dudes will believe it. All right. People don't fact check anything anymore, which is what I hate. They call themselves news or talking about new stuff, but just be rumors. The internet be the worst thing to happen to journalism. Now, as a journalist, some people don't like to say that I'm a journalist, but I think they're hating, to be honest with you. As a journalist, all right, I would always correct myself. I'll always correct the record. I made this video knowing that these comments were going to say that this is false, but I wanted to explore this. I thought this was interesting. I wanted to give you guys some of the info. People saying this is clearly 100% fake and it's just old bodies being thrown around on dead names. They're saying Trap Law Ross about to add another skull, man. Worst tattoo ever. Nah, it's fire, man. It's a fire tattoo. Show me a better tattoo than the King Von tattoo. I'll hold my breath. I'll wait. All right, ain't gonna hold you. It's a fire tattoo. I love it. Love that tattoo, man. People saying, dang, what the hell? Sent a op bish to the morgue. Call that bish drop dead gorgeous, man. The classic King Von line. Maybe, who knows, man. Look, I don't think this is true, but this is what's going on, man. I know you heard about the stuff I did, but I did worse, all right? It really is a crazy story. No pun intended, man. They're saying the music really hit different. Bet this Dumble Dweeb Rat Law Ross content, somebody trying to squeeze some clicks out of it. You're welcome, guys. You're welcome for the content, all right? You made it, all right? You made it. Is it upvote or a downvote? Is it upvote? Dumble Dweeb's kind of funny. Rat Law Ross. I mean, I'm not going to lie. This last month has been Rat Law. It's been nothing but Rat Law on the channel. So it is what it is, man. You know, I really just like talking, man. I'm like Young Thug's protege, man. I just like talking. I can talk for 2 hours on any topic, man. Let's normalize that King Von hadn't killed a single soul after being released from prison in 2017. Okay. All right. Hey, I haven't read no comments yet, and I could be way off, and I'm not saying who did what, but didn't Jaro Ambry get killed around this time? Jaro Ambry? So I guess this is who they're talking about. This is who they're suggesting that it could have been. Passed away, Ambry from Jaro, man. A lot of Spanish comments. Is that Spanish? It says here she was killed in 2019, not 2018, so I'm doubting that could be the same person. But there's a couple videos about Ambry. You want to know about her, man? I mean, it's a theory. It's an interesting theory. So not even 2 months after doing 3 years, I always knew he did something during that period after jail before the fame. But when you see people on paperwork addressing them by their gang names, it's fake. All right, people saying it was a paid hit. The victims are a woman and a man. They died 1 day before the recorded time of this paperwork. That's why it doesn't show up. So some people believe in it's real, man. Some people believe in it's real, a paid hit. All right. People saying, look, you can't admire him. They're saying he also killed a college student and shot 2 others in a triple shooting. He was really terrorizing the innocent. I feel like that's a reference to the Atlanta incident where a young man lost his life. People saying they're smoking the Von pack. They're not feeling Von, all right? They're not feeling Von. It's crazy. The psychology of serial killers is the adrenaline rush they get satisfaction from killing. Von thought he was untouchable and a demigod. He's lucky he checked out. Otherwise, if he was alive, his days were numbered, and him and O-Block were going down hard and fast. That's why they did that duck hit. They thought it was a usual street business, yet they had reached their tail end of their stint. All right? Man. So look. All right, I think King Von has always been like this just legendary figure in Chicago. Everyone's trying to put bodies on him. People trying to put bodies on him he didn't do. People are trying to overcook everything that he was involved in. And I think this is something that's going to continue. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another body crawl out the woodwork that people were trying to put on King Von. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if one of these stories actually did check out and he did have another secret body under his belt, okay? I think this is the legend of King Von that just, he's so badass, he's so gangster, he was so just terrorizing the ops, terrorizing the area that I think a lot of people, it's easy to believe that he could have been really moving like that. So, yeah, man. People are saying it's cap. People are saying the paperwork's fake. I'm personally not believing it. I'm not holding my breath. I'm not about to make another 2-hour documentary, but is what it is, man. That's what people are saying, They're saying that King Von might have had something to do with this. What do you guys think down in the comments, man? Let me know. We've got Young Thug's album dropping at the end of in a week's time. I'm very excited for that. I'm going to have a lot of content coming out for you when that drops. But for now, for the next 4 days, I'm going to be going to some pre-recorded content. I'm going on a little vacation, all right? Much deserved. I haven't had a vacation in a very long time. And as you can tell from this video and the previous video, I'm a little bit tired, a little bit burnt out, just trying to get everything lined up for you guys. Trust me, I've been busy behind the scenes. We've got a main channel video that we're cooking. It's a Chicago story, and you're going to love it, all right? I'm going to drop a few pre-recorded videos over the next few days to keep you guys fed, to feed the streets while I'm gone, and I'm very excited to see what you think of that. Some of these videos are a little bit more experimental. Some of them are a little bit more what you guys would expect. But I'm really excited because based on what you think of these videos, that will give me plenty of energy when I get back from my vacation to lock in and deliver more content of the same sort that you guys enjoyed, okay? And the plan is, gang, when I'm back, I'm going to be going absolutely ham on both channels, all right? I'm going to be dropping like crazy, all right? There was like one day in the last month, all right, that I dropped like 5 videos on this channel. And I can't lie, I had such a good time doing it. It is quite hard. I feel like I've built myself up now, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting up earlier. I'm going to the gym in the morning. I'm just cranking out videos for you guys. And really for the next few months, I'm just locked in. I got no other plans other than to just lock in, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to just go back to the trap. All right, go back to the old school grind. I'm going to lock in, make nothing but good videos for you guys, and we're going to tee up this content, okay? So I'm very excited for that. I'm so grateful for all of the support that I've been getting on this channel, all of the support on the main channel, everybody showing so much love. I feel like I'm having like a second resurgence, and it's lit. I'm so grateful for that. So appreciate everybody tapping in, watching. Few videos coming for you guys over the next few days, that I've already recorded for you, lined up. I'm going to line them all up and knock them down. It's going to be lit, all right? And then when I'm back, Young Thug's album's going to drop like the day after I get back, okay? And we finna go crazy. There's a whole bunch of Thug stuff that I didn't even get a chance to touch on. So we're even going to have some throwback. Like, there's a couple leaked phone calls that I ain't even get to react to. So we're going to do all of that, man. I'm going to cover absolutely everything, anything new that goes down. I'm hoping that Lil Durk trial doesn't get delayed. I'm hearing rumors that it might be getting delayed. Durk doesn't want it delayed. Other co-defendants want it delayed. If it gets delayed, it'll get delayed, man. But if it doesn't get delayed, I'll be locked in, giving you absolutely every single update on the Durk trial, everything on the Thug situation. I think we've got the Fulio trial coming up, and there's a couple other things. Got the Melly situation that may or may not end up getting resolved. Obviously, Portland took his plea, but there's a lot of big hip-hop, drill, street, gangster rap stories coming up that I'm going to be going crazy on. So I appreciate you guys. I'm going to be fully locked in. I'll catch you guys properly in a few days' time. I'm out. It's going to be lit. Appreciate you.